Alumni Facility Selection for Students Information System. New Student Admissions Information System online. An integrated service information system portal. Student Academic Information System. Decision Support System. Research and Community Service Information System. Bandwidth Internet Capacity. Safety and health facilities. They are firefighting and rescue, ambulance, health clinic, UB hospital, e-counseling UB, or counseling.ub.ac.id. In order to guarantee the quality of all units in Universitas Brawijaya has reached some accreditations such as National Accreditation, Grade A accreditation from National Accreditation Body for Universities. Universitas Brawijaya also has an external quality assurance institution for higher education in health study programs, LAM-PTKS. International Accreditation. Appreciations is given to UB Library, which has been accredited by National Library with rank A in 2016. And accreditations by Associations of Charter Certified Accountants, ACCA, for Accounting Study Program, Faculty of Economy and Business. And accreditations by the Institute of Food Technologies for Agriculture Product Technology Study Program, Faculty of Agriculture Technology. UB also granted an accreditations of Indonesia's Accreditations Board for Engineering Educations, IABEE.
To all audiences and speakers that we prepare for our discussion. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Please welcome to the third day of 3-in-1 program held by Bachelor Program of Public Administration, Department of Public Administration, Universitas Brawijaya. I'm Rizky Pratama, and I will serve this session as a moderator. At this room, we already have two respected key speakers.
Recording in progress.
First, we have Firda Hidayati, DPA, from Department of Public Administration, and she will represent the side of lecture. Could you respond me, Bu Firda?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Firda. And the second, we have Anugerah Yuka Asmara, Team A from BRIN, our National Research and Innovation Agency. He will present the side of practitioner. Could you respond me, Pak Yuka?
It's okay. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep. Thank you very much, Pak Yuka. And both will share their knowledge and experience in renewable energy utilization policy to reduce the impact of climate change. Let me start our discussion. First, Bu Firda will present her material and maybe Pak Yuka later. And Q&A session will provide after both speakers finish their presentation. But as the audience have the opportunity to ask the speakers. Please type down the question on chat room anytime. So I have to mention Bu Firda. Bu Firda, are you ready for the first speakers today?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So I give all to you, Bu Firda. Thank you.
Oh. Okay, thank you very much. Today I will present my PowerPoint. So first, sorry. Have you seen my PowerPoint?
Yep. You can see
Okay.
your presentation, Bu Firda.
All right, thank you. Today we will have different person talking about palm oil because previous lecture is about renewable energy, which is very broad. But now I narrow it down into palm oil, which is very interesting. Yes, because it is my one of subject of study. And my name is Firda Hidayati. We start with renewable energy. Renewable energy is needed. So we have to question why renewable energy is needed. The answer is that the climate change worsens. So we can see now that our temperature in Indonesia, especially in Malang, is very, very hot, and then it's not common. But so it's one of the proof that climate change is worsened. And also about the raining. It has not been raining for a month, maybe 3 months. So we have been waiting. So this a second proof. And because of the climate change is worsened, then we need to answer what are the options for reducing the climate change speeds, because it is happening. So we just need some option, maybe not the best option, but it is available option for reducing the climate change speed. We will talking about this. The answer is renewable energy. And why renewable energy is one option? Because it's energy produced from sources that are naturally replenished and do not run out. So we will talking about later on option for reducing climate change. So now we're talking about what are options available in the world. So I come out with the first best option, which is solar. Solar can come out with several energy, but solar is the best used today until today. So I call it is the first best option because it never run out and it is never it is also available for free. And the second is also wind. Even though the wind is very useful, but because the technology is not yet advanced, so wind come out as a first best option. And the last one is hydro. Actually, hydro and wind can also combine into tidal. So there are several first best option because these three option is actually free and never run out. And then the last one is nuclear. This also considered as first best option because we're talking about nuclear is actually it's never run out, but the impact, the negative impact of nuclear is very huge. So people is very afraid to use nuclear. And the second best option, I call it second best option because this type of option is actually somehow can be run out if it's not managed better. So we can choose it as the second best option. The option including seaweed, and then palm oil and coconut, as well as olive. This seaweed is available for free in the sea. So, but we need some technology and then some funding to transfer it from seaweed into energy. And many has not touched this renewable resources because of the expensive funding that is related with seaweed. And the three other is palm oil, coconut, and olive, which is available in the land. And these three are include as long life because it has more than 1 year of production. And the last one is soybean, sunflower, corn, canola, rapeseed, and peanut. This last second best option is actually I make it into one because those are the energy that has very short term of production on only one time and one within 1 year. So usually they have maybe 3 to 6 months of production, and then we have to replant it again. So in the world, we have so many options, which is first best option and second best option. But what about in Indonesia? So we're talking about Indonesia, we have fewer options. First best options, we still have solar, wind, and hydro. We don't have nuclear. And for second best option, we have palm oil, and then seaweed, as well as coconut. And then for the palm oil, I choose it palm oil for several reasons. So we are talking about why palm oil is the second best option for renewable energy in Indonesia. First, as palm oil is the best growth in a tropical country. So I'm not talking about non-tropical country. I'm talking about tropical country, which is Indonesia has the most of palm oil. And Indonesia now is the first world producer of palm oil. And the third is that palm oil as a canopy can combat climate change. So if you live in area where palm oil is produced or planted, we can feel that it is much more colder in that area because of the palm oil canopy. And the fourth one is that palm oil tree can produce buds up to 30 years. It is amazing because other type of tree can produce maybe only 10 or maybe 5 years. And also Indonesia people food is mostly fried using palm oil, cooking oil. So if we're talking about the absorption of palm oil, is actually absorbed in domestically in Indonesia. And then still about the reason why palm oil tree
Oh, depan aja ya.
palm oil tree can produce buds up to 30 years. And we already have biosolar from palm oil, which is P30s, that reduce Indonesia dependency on imported fossil fuel. And it is very interesting that smallholder contribute to 60% of palm oil plantation in Indonesia. And we have a very old tradition, which is cooperation, that can be utilized as financial tools for development. So this is all the reason why I choose palm oil as the second best option of renewable energy in Indonesia. So now still talking about palm oil, I'm talking about history of palm oil in Indonesia. Okay, palm oil is introduced in Indonesia by Dutch in the late 19th centuries. And then it commercially planted in Indonesia in North Sumatra in the early 20th centuries. But during the World War II, when Japanese occupied Indonesia, the palm oil industry is declined. But then, after independence in 1945, the government encouraged agriculture development, leading the expansion of palm oil cultivation. Still on the history, in the 1960s, Indonesia government initiated state-owned enterprises plantation policy to boost oil palm cultivation. And then in the 1960s, export is increasing due to increasing demand from palm oil for food product, cosmetic, and industrial application. And then in the from the 1960 to the late 1990, the large-scale land conversion for palm oil plantation is increased double or triple, but it caused deforestation and environmental concern. So we come out with the latest, which is in the late 20th century until to 20th centuries, we come out with global dominance. And then because we are becoming global dominant, the concern of our environmental and social is becoming increasing. So therefore, we switch from non-sustainable initiative into sustainable initiative. One of the example of the sustainable initiative is the establishment of Indonesia Sustainable Palm Oil. So this actually this organization established a standard for sustainable initiative that I consider it as a very high standard. And the uninterrupted availability of energy sources at an affordable price. So the key is affordable. So, but affordable, it has to be sustainable. or availability will be guaranteed. So, what are the benefits of energy security? The first is economic growth and development, which is very crucial because 60% of smallholder plantation is contribute to economic growth and development. And then energy insecurity can lead to higher energy prices, hurting business and consumer because Indonesia loves oil for cooking, for food production. And when we're talking about energy security and national security is always related. How? In terms of economic stability. So yes, development is we can guarantee that development is somehow is sustainable if it is steep increase in long term. So it call it economic stability. And the second is energy independence. So because we are talking about this letter, energy independence. Independence, because palm oil has already in terms of downstreaming industry, we already have not only P30 but many more. And then in terms of a geopolitical conflict, we will talking about this later. And then energy infrastructure resilience, because when we're talking about energy infrastructure, we were talking not only about road or maybe plantation, but also about the infrastructure such as factories that can be seen from downstreaming industry. And then we're talking about energy supply chains. So when we're talking about supply chains, the more variety of production, it will create the longer supply chains that is actually the objective is the value added. And the second last is environmental and health impact. So we can see that I told you before that palm oil canopy is actually provide some benefit to combat the climate change. So it will increase the health condition. And also about military operation. So for some organization, for some countries that actually can be used for operating their military military for operation. And the last one is energy related terrorism. So we are not talking about this later, but this because it's not related closely with palm oil. But the last one is for foreign policy and alliance. So actually, the palm oil in Indonesia is foreign alliance with some other countries such as Malaysia and Thailand. And if we're talking about economic stability in Indonesia, first we're talking about upstream industry. So upstream industry is considered as one big holder palm oil plantation, we're talking about big. We are not talking about 1 hectare. It's actually more than 1 hectare. It's very large plantation. But then when we're talking about smallholder palm oil plantation, it's actually very small area. But then the benefit of the upstream industry in terms of job creation and social provision in rural area is very huge, because everything is conducted in a plantation for smallholder. Is actually everything is conducted manually. But then because of people is dependent into palm oil plantation, it's actually increasing their economic condition. So in turn, they also able to provide social needs such as schools, and then hospitals, and maybe road. And then we also talking about downstream industry. Yeah, I told you before that Indonesia loves fried food. So Indonesia also has the largest in the world in terms of refined palm oil, in terms of cooking oil. And then we have bio-solar fuel for example, P10, P20, and P30. And government still try to impose more than P30 maybe next year. And then government still conduct some research in terms of up to for the airplane, because it is much more cheaper rather than we import it from the foreign countries. And the last one is biofuel, which is bensin sawit, bensa. So it is 100% from the palm oil. So these four downstream industry is actually for the second, third, and fourth industry is conducted by government, and only the first, which is refined palm oil, which is established by private sectors. And for the energy independence in Indonesia, we are very independent in terms of palm oil, because in terms of authority and incentive. So because we are having the largest or maybe the biggest palm oil, so we have government have very high authority, and then also the very high incentive because of the profit that can be created from the palm oil in Indonesia. When we're talking about geopolitical conflict, we are talking about how Indonesia. But before we're talking about how Indonesia is taking over the to manage the conflict, we are I try to define geopolitical conflict first. What is geopolitical conflict? Is access to and control over energy resources, particularly oil and natural gas, that can be sources for geopolitical tension and even conflict. So the conflict is basically from natural resources that can be that is sources for energy. And so the energy-rich region have historically has been the focus of international rivalries, making energy resources a critical aspect of national security strategy. And therefore, Indonesia, as a rich natural resources country, must choose strategy to take control over geopolitical conflict. Yes, Indonesia have historically been a focus of international rivalry because Indonesia has natural gas and oil. But now Indonesia must switch from fossil fuel to renewable energy. So in conclusion, palm oil is the source of national security because it provides economic stability. It is long-term economic stability, not short-term economic stability. And then the second one is the diversification of export, because now with downstream industry is increasing, so we are not relying on the exporting raw material, but we are now exporting more non raw material material. And the third one is foreign exchange earnings. So when we are talking about exporting, we are we gaining some income from export, but then we also have import. So import is actually using our currency. So when the import is higher than export, is this activities actually create minus earning for Indonesia as a country. So when we're talking about we are exporting more in terms of not only raw material but also non-raw material. So we are we are earning more for foreign exchange in terms of export. And the fourth one is rural development. Like I told you before, that the palm oil in terms of a smallholder is actually creating more development, not only economic development but also social development. So they have more, better health, education, and etc. because of their income is increasing from the palm oil. And the fifth one is energy security, because we are now not only rely on raw material, and we provide for most Indonesian consumption. So we are having energy security, and not only energy security, but we also have food security, because palm oil, the derivation of palm oil is not is very large. Almost all of we eat is now having palm oil in food that we eat. So it's actually, when we're talking about palm oil, it's actually we creating food security for ourselves. And the seventh one is a diplomatic leverage, because we have good uh, management in palm oil. So we have better leverage in terms of diplomatic action. And then about sustainable practices. So with sustainable practices, we can guarantee that our production is not happening in the short term, but also in the short term. But it is also creating strategic option for policy in the future. And the last one is the alternative for fossil fuel. So it's actually we are running out of the fossil fuel. So by managing palm oil is actually providing alternative for fossil fuel. I think that's about my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hari itu
Waalaikumsalam.
Pak Rizky.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Firda. That is interesting finding. But Firda already proposed palm oil as the best second option for the source of renewable energy because palm oil is affordable enough. Maybe we must discuss much more in how to handle the side effect of palm oil plantation later, Bu Firda. So we have to go to next speaker. I will invite Pak Yuka.
Ya, Mas.
Are you ready, Pak Yuka?
Ya, Mas.
Okay, I give it all to you, Pak Yuka. Yep, we have to wait, Pak Yuka. Should we start right now, Pak Yuka, or you get some obstacle to present your material? Oh, we have to wait for some obstacles in the committee. Please be patient to our audiences. And for your information, Pak Yuka is a researcher from BRIN, or National Research and Innovation Agency, and Pak Yuka also was graduated from Department of Public Administration. I think he was in the same year with Pak Ali Maskor and Bu Ike Arni. Yep. I think we can see the material.
Thank you. Terima kasih Mas Rizky, Bu Firda, my former lecturer, maybe more than 10 years ago, Bu Firda. Selamat siang, terima kasih. My name is Anugerah Yuka Asmara. You can call me Yuka. I'm graduated from the FIA UB in 2009, so more than 11, 12 years I was student in your campus. Okay, currently I'm a coordinator of research group for STI, for Science Technology Innovation Policy, joined in Berlin. I was researchers in the Indonesian Institute of Sciences. My major in the STI policy. So I have experience more than 1 decade about STI policy in Indonesia. Okay, next, Mas, our model. If Bu Farida explain about the oil palm energy, and then I will move to the STI policy. This is not different actually, because oil palm energy is one of the types of the renewable energy that we will create the sustainable energy in Indonesia, even in the world. Before I want to explain more about the STI policy, we can discuss about the public policy. I'm sure all of you, all of you has learned about public policy, because via UB is one of the prominent university to learn public policy in Indonesia. There are many definitions about public policy, starting from the Setio Darmojo, Anderson, Nugroho, even Wahab. Wahab is the Professor Solikin Abdul Wahab. He was professor in via UB when I was student, but now he passed away. In this context, public policy or policy is related to how government measures to solve public problems. Policy is means to achieve public goals. Policy is a way, direction, and governmental efforts aim to achieve public goals and interests. And Anderson said that policy is relatively stable, proposes a course of action or inaction followed by an actor or set of actors in dealing with a problem or a matter of concern. And Chayamanidi and Equace 2010 states that policy is close to the result of politics. There is a unique definition about the policy. Policy is a craft and art. Craft is a delineated sense and methodology capacity to produce or generate products, while art describes another capacity required to promote policy formulation and implementation process which is connected to stakeholders. For example, capacity to negotiate it, to advocate, to communicate, to make a good network on socio-political administrative. In sum, policy is an authoritative, administrative, and political process undertaken by public agencies to embed public issues. It can be art conducted by practitioners and be knowledge conducted by academicians. Is it, Mas? Public policy is different to the private policy. The term of public is the cue of the definition. Public goods are things that we all share and consume. There are things that are available free at the point of use to everybody. All of you can see examples of the public goods like air, climate change, clean climate, prostitution, security, democracy, etc. There are two specific categories about the public goods. The first, non-excludable, means it means that there is no one compete to get the public goods. And the second, non-reparatorious, means that one person use of good does not diminish another person ability to use it. So everyone can use public goods, excepting they don't want to use it. For example, if you burn air in the environment or outdoor, it is free. But it will be private or exclusive goods. If you are sick and you use the oxygen from the hospital, you should pay some money to get the air. It is the example of the public. And policy in this context aim to address public goods. Public good. Next. And next. Okay, thank you. It is the common literature about the public policy making. At least there are three stages of the policy making, from the formulation, implementation, and evaluation in the last. But we have another source of literatures that explain about six stages of the policy making: the agenda setting, policy formulation, policy legitimation, policy implementation, policy evaluation, and the last, policy termination. Next. It is one of the policy cycle, referring to the present 2006. The policy cycle and the information cycle, we will start from the problem definition up to the, problem definition up to the termination. But we have the unique states. It is the agenda setting. Agenda setting is the political process before policy formulated by the actors. Agenda setting is a must stage. So it is obligatory from the policy cycle. And not only governments, but also maybe business, maybe academician, maybe NGO will involve to arrange the issue of the policy. That is why policy is part of the political decision. And it's similar to the previous slides. Next, langsung aja. Yes, okay, the next saja. This is similar. Okay, we will move to the SPI policy. It is very, maybe all of you think about how is science, technology, and innovation policy. We can explain. It is not the tile, but only at glance to make the brief understanding in our discussion. Next. We can start from this picture. If you go home to your hometown because you are student in Malang UB, and after you meet the new persons or everyone, maybe you are ever asked why research is only research, why your lecture cannot be active contributor to the real or practice or industry. Actually, developing a industry or developing or practically result, this is very big homework given. The journey from the academia up to the industry, we have the deep barriers. There is like the valley of death. Why? Because it is not linear process. It is not easy to connect your knowledge that you get in the campus, in the class, and maybe you will practice to the reality. It is not easy because you will pass the valley of death. It is the big challenge. Every academician in the world. So it is the answer why contribution of academician it is weak the real practice, particularly to industry. Not all research results will be innovation. No, not your knowledge, your information from your class can be implemented in the reality because the value of it will be with you. Science, technology, innovation, or STI elements consists of research, science, technology, invention, discovery, funding, organization, commercial aspect, and many more. This not only how to empower technology, but also we need involvement of the organization, organization of society, maybe industry or business, academician, because STI elements is integrated elements to build new products or new services or new organization or governance. First concept is from the business organization. In FIA, we know business administration. STI policy, the first concept is from the economic and business, but since 2010 maybe it will be adopted. It is adopted by the public organization. So in FIA, I think it is very complete because we have business administration in some technology innovation in the business sector, and we have public administration in the innovation of public sector. Next. Definition of science and technology policy. We go forward directly to the ST science and technology policy or S&T policy, or in Indonesia, the term is called by the ITEC. Science policy is aimed to develop basic science resulted by universities and R&D institutes. And technology policy is aimed to develop applied knowledge and technology resulted by university and R&D institutes. It is different, teman-teman, because a science policy is how government efforts to promote your lecturers, your campus to produce prototypes, publication, and maybe to support laboratory. Technology policy is aimed to applied knowledge. It means that government efforts support how to develop technology, how to develop the prototype. If you ever saw the energy water or the water energy, or you ever saw the electrical vehicle, it is one of the technology policy from the government. Like, lanjut. Now we move to the innovation policy definition. We have many definitions of innovation. Science plus technology is equal with innovation. So innovation policy is to build technological capability by means of increasing R&D activities, to combat private and underinvestment in R&D, to provide more incentive to organizations conducting R&D, and many more. You can read by yourself. The point is of innovation policy is the governmental efforts or measures to promote, to support research and development activities, including in your campus, to be marketable products. I saw in the right of the FIA building, there is the technopreneurship UB building, right? It is one of the why how UB promote innovation. UB want to change research results and the technology in the laboratories to be marketable products, to be economical products. It is the main goals of the innovation policy conducted by the governments. So if government want to develop innovation policy, government must combat all of the barriers, all of the hindrances. Right? Lanjut. There is the movement from the science policy to innovation policy. Science policy, science technology policy, and S.AP policy for development, and STI policy. The lowest states, the number one, science policy is related to the importance of useful science and knowledge. And the second, science technology policy is connector science and technology application. And the third, moving for policy, science for technology for development. It is a linear process how government can shift policy, can start policy from the science and to the policy. Science, technology, and innovation policy is one of part to develop economic growth in Indonesia, even for the world. You know, Korea, you know, China, Japan, or the East Asia countries. STI is one of the driver to make or to spur economic growth in those countries. So Indonesia will learn from the Korea, Japan, or China to make advanced countries based on the STI. Next. The government is very critical to develop STI policy, because if we only rely on the natural resources, we cannot exist. Maybe we are still to be poor countries. Bu Farida presentation, it is one of the example. This is interesting example. If come to the another country, there is no added value, there is no innovation. But Bu Farida said that we need to change crude oil palm or palm oil to be energy. So there is added value, there's innovation. Why? Because for simple example, teman-teman, if you buy tempe, only tempe, and you buy to the seller, it is cheap. But after tempe is processed with the many products like tempe chips, and maybe bolu tempe, and many more, the price is higher. It is the clue of the innovation. STI. We cannot get more profit if we only sell without processing the products. But we can improve more benefits if we process raw products to be commercial product with of course with the science and technology. Next, langsung Mbak. From science policy to innovation policy, this is a journey how to science policy can contribute to the developing science, technology can contribute to the developing technology, and S&T policy or ITEC, contribute to the national policy. And the last, STA for national policy and policy for the Philippines. If you remember, Professor or Dr. Habibi, it is one of the most influencing person contributing to the economic development based on STI. If you heard about the PT Inka, the train producers, PT PAL, the vessel or ship producers, PT Dirgantara Indonesia, the airplane producers, and many more. We have in Indonesia, we have producer of high technology. It is one of the way to uh, create credit value. It is one of the uh, drivers to accelerate economic growth in Indonesia. Next. Science, technology, innovation policy is not standing alone. So there is no single policy for developing STI around the world, not only Indonesia, because STA policy consists of support from the transportation policy, administrative reform policy, trade policy, energy policy, industrial policy, agricultural and food policy, tax or finance policy, education policy, economic policy, or and other supporting policies. That is reason why I discuss about STA policy, because energy policy is one of the STA policy part, including administrative reform that you learn in FIA. You learn about the governance, you learn about the bureaucracy. It is one of the STA policy. It depends on how we can make like the good composition of your material of study in PIUB. Examples of STA policy, teman-teman, that I will mention previously. Renewable energy policy that Bu Firda presented before, it is one of STA policy. Industrial policy, research policy, higher education policy, engineering policy, IT policy, science and technology park policy, products marketing policy, even see McDonald's, that's their marketing efforts. It's one of the innovation, and government of Indonesia should be uh, should be aware about the how to make marketable products of innovation. Next. Next. Yeah. In this picture, there is states of industrial development in the world, from the agricultural economy, industrial. No. Before. The last slide, maybe. Previous slide, Mas. Previous slide. Sebelum slide. No. Previous slide. Sebelum. No. Previous. Yes. This the point that Bu Firda Next. Next. Yeah. It is ada lagi. Yang tadi itu udah. Belum itu. Nah itu. Tapi nggak muncul di situ. Nah, oke. Maybe itu loading ya. Need more time. I will describe about the agriculture economy and knowledge-based economy. Bu Farida said the oil palm energy. If we only sell oil palm to the markets, raw oil palm, it means that we are not industrial country. We are the agriculture economy. Agriculture economy, it is like the first stage of the economic development. Maybe Indonesia or UK, it was 1960 to be agricultural economy. So we must move to the industrial economy. We must move to use oil palm not only as oil palm, but to be energy, industrial economy. We need not only land and labor, but we need capital and management. And the last, we must move to the knowledge innovation-based economy. Oil palm energy is one of the innovation, need knowledge, needs innovative activities. It needs science and technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, and many more. If teman-teman know about the regular taxi and now we have Gojek, Maxim, and many more, it is one of the knowledge innovative economy. So we must move not only to agriculture. Now we even hear of the petani millennial farmers. This is one of the change from the agricultural economy to the knowledge-based economy. That is why S.TA policy is not utopian concept, but it's a real concept. We will face it. We will move to the advanced countries by STI. Next, yes, okay. I mean, it is last slides. Who are the actors to be involved in a policy, in STI policy? This, for example, the role of each actor in promoting innovation, suggested points. For example, implementer, science producers are universities, public-oriented agencies, or the units in enterprises. And then technology development and our new products, universities with SMEs, already agencies with public spin-off, large companies, and SMEs. And commercialization, like SMEs with venture capital support, government funding, publication, and large companies. And determining socio-economic goals, our government and we are all community or people. That is why teman-teman, if government want to promote STI policy, government should divide what is the types of the policy: science policy, research policy, higher education policy. The target group is the university. Technology policy, industrial policy is different. National socio-economic is different. If we see many campus with tagline or with theme based research in a research-based university, entrepreneurship-based university is one of the support from the university to make the innovative environment, including renewable energy. In this context, related to the renewable energy or the oil palm energy, university can contribute to produce scientific publication about renewable energy or oil palm energy. And then industry can contribute to develop the technology to the finding a novelty from the university to the market. And government contribute to the creating environment, supporting funding, and make a stable of political decision to promote renewable energy or, for example, oil palm energy. Next. Lanjut. Okay, it is enough. Next. Okay, it is scientific journal from National Research and Innovation Agency of BRIN. It is the accredited Sinta 2. STBM is STI Policy and Management Journal. We have a specific journal to accommodate contribution of the university. Maybe, terima kasih teman-teman.
Thank you very much, Pak Yuka. That's what interesting discussion about science, technology, and innovation policy. And Pak Yuka already proposed that useful science is not enough. It must translate to technology and it must go further to the commercialization stage. So I think combined with Firda finance people, we must go beyond the great add value to palm oil product, the exploiting cutting-edge research, resulting in the best renewable energy source from palm oil. That was our respected speaker presentation. So we have to go to the next session. I will open discussion session right now. So all audiences, please raise your hand to ask question directly or type down your question in Zoom chat room right now. So our audiences, please provide your question right now. Anyone want to ask question to Firda or Pak Yuka, please. I will check the chat room. If there is no question, I have to stimulate some discussion to Bu Firda or Pak Yuka. Maybe I will go first to Bu Firda about my question before. We already understand that maybe palm oil plantation has sad effect in our environment, like maybe forest, fire forest, and maybe degrade the quality of the land. What is your recommendation for that
that has been conducted by several researchers? I found that deforestation is the deforestation is actually is not the major issue. I mean, usually the palm oil plantation is established under the degraded area. Previously, the degraded area, the forest is dig out from the mineral oil, the coal. And then when the coal is not yet produced, then it left by the company, and the forest become died. So they left some big hole of the mining production, and then it transfer into palm oil plantation. And then many of the plantation is actually established in open forest, not natural forest. We can see that in Indonesia it is we are divided from natural forest, and then that natural forest cannot be you can plant or maybe do some economic activity under natural forest unless it is already converted into industrial forest. So actually government already make some map that is divided into natural forest, degraded forest, and then industrial forest. And many of the plantation, not all, but many, not all, many of them are planted in the industrial plantation, industrial forest area, not in natural forest area. Why? Because it previously has been used for mining, and it left degraded. And so it's actually plantation, palm oil plantation is actually returning the reclaiming the forest function with planting palm oil tree as to provide H2O, oxygen to the world. But some of the but unfortunately for some organization or maybe a private company that also established plantation in natural forests. Yeah, there is some of them are doing so, but from the research, it's actually not many. So it is just minority. Majority one is established because of the it previously degraded, or maybe they are they established on the industrial forest area. And most of the research is also conducted research that palm oil is actually reclaiming the function of the land. The reason why is the tree is actually provided more nutrition to the forest. I mean, many of the smallholder actually plant their actually establish the plantation under the degraded area, not in the good soil fertilization. No, but they are establishing on the degraded area or maybe abandoned area, and it's actually by the year comes, they say that it reclaiming uh, um, the function of the soil, but of course, the farmer is actually they have to do something to reclaim the function of the soil by adding some nourishment, apa namanya, pupuk, nourishment to the soil, so the soil can reclaim their function as a good soil. And nowadays, with ISPO, Indonesia Sustainable Palm Oil Standard, they are implementing high standard in terms of opening the plantation until the management of the plantation itself. So one of the standard is that not using the burn and flash implementation. I mean, they used to burn the land because it's cheaper, right? So in order to to receive the certification from ISPO, they have to implement good standard starting from the opening of the plantation that is sustainable. So they do not use burn and slash activities. And in terms of using management of the plantation, they have to use good nutrition, not I don't know. I don't know the specific term, yeah. But when they use good or proper nutrition, not low quality of nutrition, it's actually good for the long-term function of the land. And they also use cooperative, right? Cooperation as the financial tool. So when people is in cooperation in apa ya, in cooperating as a cooperation as a whole, then people try to do the best because they have to return the funding that they already borrow from the government or the private financial institution. I think that's my question. Hopefully, it's answer your question.
That's a great point to Firda. Maybe Pak Yuka, any different point of view or anything that you can explain about that effect of palm oil plantation?
That effect negative or positive?
Maybe both set effect.
Both positive and negative impacts.
Yep.
Oil palm, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If we calculate where positive and negative impact of operating with. It tends to be, it will depends on the use of the oil palm for energy or for another use. Is the point. For example, I studied oil palm energy in 2020 and 2020 and 2021 up to 2022 about the innovation ecosystem for biodiesel and bioethanol bioenergy. Oil palm is one of the biodiesel and bioethanol, right? The positive impact, the price of the oil palm will be higher, and we can reduce the fossil fuel imported from the overseas, so we can press the cost of consuming fuel in Indonesia. You know, we have biosolar, yeah, since 2020, and we have bioethanol, maybe 2 or 3 years again, bioethanol. But bioethanol not from the oil palm, but bioethanol is from the cane. But both are parts of the bioenergy developed in Indonesia. Case of the oil palm in biodiesel in Indonesia, we can reduce imported solar from the overseas. I have the data actually, but it's in my laptop, so I cannot display in the screen. It is the positive effect. Then we have another positive impact or effect is the labor cost of the palm plantation can increase because the entrepreneurs, the big companies of the oil palm will maximize oil palm not only as a raw materials of oil palm, but we can uh, uh, added value from the oil palm. We can process, we can produce from the raw oil palm to be the added value of oil palm, like the energy, soap, and beauty equipments, and not only oil, not only fat oil. This for positive impact. For negative impact, case of the used land that Ibu Firda said in Kalimantan, Sumatera, Sumatera, the forest will be lost, not as the rainforest, but from the oil palm plantation. The conflict of land with the local people, the conflict of the interest of the local governments, and even the conflict with the NGO in the green issue is increasing. In one hand, Indonesia has been successful to uh, uh, to, uh, to improve the the first oil palm producers in the world, and Malaysia number 2. But the negative, Indonesia is one of the paru-paru dunia, ya, the world lung, the the keeper of the green green environment, like Brazil, and Indonesia has like Indonesia gets the like bad uh, like bad name in the world because the reduction of the forest land. It is the negative. But I think the problem is not only reducing the plantation land, sorry, forest land. Actually, Indonesia has many lands dispersed around the islands, more than 15 islands. But the problem is government, central and local government need to synergy, collaborate to make a special area, special region. The problem is the green area planning can be converted to be industrial planning area, to be plantation area. It is the issue that we must be solved, because if government use all of types the planning area, at the green area, industrial area, plantation area, mining area, we must be consistent to use the land. If no, case of the plantation, case of the forestry, maybe other cases that use land without according to the early planning, it will be tricky in the future. That is why oil palm, I think I support oil palm to be energy, oil palm to be natural products. But I don't support if all of conservation area like forestry to be changed the industrial or the plantation area without permission or without return to the planning people. So, awesome. Enough, Mas Rizky?
Oh, thank you very much, Yuka. That's a clear point. I will check again on our chat Zoom room. Maybe all the audiences have the question. Oh, anyone wanna ask question to all speakers? Please raise your hand. I'll type down your
Mbak,
question.
Mas, ada yang nanya, Mas Farhan?
Please.
Nanya.
We only maybe have 5 minutes again to end this session. Maybe anyone ask the committee or audiences?
Before someone is asking, I just need to add something that I mentioned before that plantation, palm oil plantation has negative side effect, but the positive side effect is actually outweighed the negative side effect, because it creates economic and social development, as well as health and environmental benefits. For example, the smallholder of palm oil plantation is consists of many people that it depend on the palm oil plantation, and the activity starts from clearing the land until planting, until you are fruiting the crops, is actually done manually, including the nourishment that is given maybe yearly or maybe annually or maybe monthly. Yeah, is everything is done manually. And because of the palm oil price is increasing, especially after COVID-19. During COVID-19, the palm oil price is increasing because of the Ukrainian and Russian war, right? It's actually creating benefit for Indonesia because of the war. Is the energy price is increasing, including the palm oil, and therefore the increasing price creating economic benefit for not only the big company but also the small company, including the individual who work for the palm oil plantation and the downstream industry. In downstream industry, including the cooking oil, is providing jobs for many. But in terms of in terms of environment and health benefit, is also high because the palm oil plantation, I mean, as a tree, it can be long until maybe 30 years. So the canopy from the tree is actually providing oxygen for us as people who live in tropical countries. And also providing some good benefit in terms of health, because not only environment, because and I think in environment, if you're talking about plantation, actually many plantation usually not only plant palm oil, but they can plant other smaller plants such as maybe apa namanya, cabai, chili, that can be planted within the trees. So it also creates some economic benefit, and in terms of environmental, because the nutrition that is given by the tree itself is actually create good environmental benefit as well as health benefit. I think that's clearing the land, I mean, deforestation is happen everywhere. If we compare with soybean, for example, soybean or maybe corn, soybean in Western countries, soybean also degraded land and many more, because I mean that in terms of efficiency, palm oil producing 10 times more efficient than other crops such as soybean, corn, or rapeseed. So we need some source of energy that creating development. So that's why I conclude that the benefit of palm oil is outweigh the negative impact of palm oil. Thank you, Pak Rizky.
Thank you very much, Bu Firda. Maybe we have to plant palm oil in our campus as maybe the real symbol if we want to sing UB as green campuses. And maybe I will see again and chat room. Maybe anyone have a question, please. But I have to ask the committee, in what time we must end this session? Could you respond me, the committee? Maybe Mas Farhan, Mbak Aya, Mbak Cici? Are we should end this session right now?
Maybe one question again, Mr.
Oh, one question. Oh,
Yes.
yep. So anyone wanna ask question, please?
It's me, Mr. Rizky.
Oh, please, Mas Farhan.
Okay, thank you for the permission. So, my question is, how is Indonesia take advantage of its natural resources, solar power, to address climate change and promote sustainable energy solutions locally? And what are the specific challenges and opportunities this presents for the country? So, the specific challenge and opportunities right now in Indonesia. Thank you for your permission.
Thank you very much, Mas Farhan. Maybe to exploiting renewable energy in Indonesia. Firda, maybe?
Oke. Nggak enak gitu orang tua kayak gini ya. The question is very thank you, Pak Farhan. Very good question. The challenges for providing or develop renewable energy in Indonesia is very huge. In terms of solar panel, actually, we already have some palm oil, solar farm in East Nusa Tenggara, very huge farm in there, because East Nusa Tenggara has more rainy season. I mean, sun rain sunny season in compared to other countries, and actually it's already started, but the capacity is not that huge because of the expensive funding to provide some solar panel. And also in West Java, I see above the dam, I forgot the name of the dam. They actually provide floating solar farming, floating solar farming in West Java. So the government already starting using solar panel as resources for energy, but the challenges is not only about money or funding, but also about technology. I mean, in terms of keeping the solar energy is require expertise technician to operate the equipment, and Indonesia has to rely on foreign labor to operate some technology, and also I think that is about the pembebasan lahan. What is it? To free the land. I mean, landing. Yeah, to to operate huge farming, we need to provide some huge area of land, and it's not that easy to provide a huge area, because if we only provide some small area, the efficiency will be very low, so it will not uh, it will not justify the money that is already pouring to the project. I think that's all my question to Farhan answer. I listen it, Pak
Thank you
Rizky.
very much to Firda. Hey, Pak Yuka, any words for Mas Farhan?
Thank you, Mas Farhan. Opportunity and challenges about the renewable energy in Indonesia. Because Bu Farida give case of the solar energy, I will continue with the solar energy. Maybe we have the another renewable energy source in Indonesia. Last week, for example, wind energy. Last week, I visited to the Makassar, to Jeneponto, to the Bantaeng, and I saw the wind energy. It is very big energy in Indonesia. The wind energy is used for the local people to distribute electricity energy to the rural area, even to the town area surrounding of the Makassar. It is only the one energy. Solar, we have many islands, we have many isolated area. There are many dry area where sunlight is very clear every day. Indonesia is one of the country that produces solar energy, the best and the largest solar energy around the world. Is the potential. And another micro hydro or geothermal. Geothermal in Indonesia is located in the archipelagic area. We have the stream, small river with the steep current steep, and we have the large river. If you ask I or the Ibu Farida about the opportunity, about the potential, we have all, not the best. We have all. The problem is not potential. The problem is how to make reality from the potential. For example, we have many people in Indonesia. Your lecturer, our government often said Indonesia has about more 250 or 100 million of citizens. So what? The clue. The demographic bonus, it is one of the clue also. We have potential, we have. The challenges is how to bring the potential to the reality, because it is not easy to make wind energy, to use land for the solar energy, to use river to be hydro energy. We have volcanic mountain, and we have the like the mining with the many mining. We have Indonesia is very rich compared to the Korea, compared to the Japan. Both countries on natural resources. But if we can visit Japan or South Korea, we can see they can optimize the limited resources. When I visit Korea, for example, I can see solar panel every street, every road, every place. It is very, it make me amazed why Korea can optimize the small land the the yeah, the mountainous area, the river, we can this country can maximize of the potential. Indonesia is contrary to the South Korea. We have a large land, we have many islands, but but potential we have, because the support, the government support to the renewable energy is still questionable until now, because if you read the general planning from the electricity policy, or you search in the Google RUPTLN from the PLN, coal and fossil is one of coal and fossil are two main energy source in Indonesia. It is from the policy and from the technology. It is very limited from Indonesia to develop technology. From the knowledge, we are limited, especially the local community or local people who they live in the isolated area or rural area. There is no electricity, there is no Telkomsel, there is no Indosat. It is very difficult to make a clear understanding of the renewable energy. That is why renewable energy is complicated issue in Indonesia. If you want to make a whole explanation of renewable energy, it is not enough to discuss 1 week or one month. But because one sector of renewable energy has specific character, has traits to be addressed by government, business, or academia. Mas Orhan, it's just complicated issue. Maybe if you want to discuss more detail, we can select one issue and we can discuss with the multi perspective. Thank you, Mas Farhan, Mas.
Thank you very much, Bu Firda and Pak Yuka. Is it enough, Mas Farhan? Any further discussion?
Yes,
Thank you very much, Mas Farhan.
So, Mr. Rizky, so my conclusion is the challenges of the climate change in Indonesia is one, the weather in Indonesia is sunny, according to Mr. Firda as well, and two, the land. So Indonesia needs a huge land, and the three, full support of government. Is that right, Mr. Rizky?
Thank you, Mas Farhan. And I agree with Pak Yuka and Bu Firda. We have the potential, we have the resource, but it's still difficult to make it become a reality right now. And speaker, I think we must finish our discussion right now. The committee already warned me about the time limitation. Thank you to all speakers. Thank you, Pak Yuka, Bu Firda. Thank you for your sharing your knowledge, your experience to all audiences. Last word from me, maybe. I think we must together to use clean energy and protect our planet from climate change. Thank you very much. See you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Leave you.